The Zen Way to Sleep Peacefully, 7 Teachings to Release Worry Before Bed. Worry, in its essence, is a form of resistance. It pulls you away from the present moment and into imagined futures. The Buddha taught that all suffering begins with attachment, not only to things or people, but to expectations, to control, to mental projections. In the Dhammapada, he said, "What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create." When we habitually imagine future danger or discomfort, we train the nervous system to stay on alert, even when the body is safe and ready to rest. In tonight's journey, before we begin, a gentle note: this isn't just a video, it's a space. A quiet space where you are allowed to pause, to breathe, to let go. There will be moments of silence woven into this journey, no voice, no words, only soft music and your breath. These are not empty spaces. They are part of the meditation. Moments for your mind to rest, for your heart to soften. Let them hold you, not rush you. And as we near the end, you'll notice the sound gently fading, easing you into deep sleep. Without effort, if you are still here, fully present until the last breath of this journey, you'll receive a small gift, a simple bedtime practice. Not just to help you sleep, but to slowly, gently, transform how you live. Let us begin now, together. In gentle. 1. Understanding the nature of worry, the first step to peaceful sleep. There's a quiet ache that many people carry into the night, a restless mind filled with worry. Looping through thoughts that seem urgent, unresolved, and unrelenting. You lay in bed hoping for rest, but your mind has other plans, playing back the day's mistakes, anticipating tomorrow's problems, or catastrophizing what may never come. In Zen, this is not a sign of personal failure. It is simply the nature of the untamed mind, what Buddhist teachers call the monkey mind. Always swinging from one thought to another, rarely still, rarely here. Worry, in its essence, is a form of resistance. It pulls you away from the present moment and into imagined futures. The Buddha taught that all suffering begins with attachment, not only to things or people, but to expectations, to control, to mental projections. In the Dhammapada, he said, "What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create." When we habitually imagine future danger or discomfort, we train the nervous system to stay on alert, even when the body is safe and ready to rest. At night, the noise of the world quiets, but the noise of the mind often grows louder. Why? Because in stillness, without distraction, all that was suppressed during the busy day begins to surface. Zen doesn't try to silence that noise by force. Instead, it invites us to observe the nature of worry with gentle curiosity. To meet it not as an enemy, but as a signal. Worry is a form of energy, a mind trying to solve what it cannot control. But awareness, true, present moment awareness, has the power to transform that energy, not by fighting it, but by seeing it clearly. There is a Zen story about a young monk who came to his teacher. Troubled by constant anxiety, he asked, "How do I stop worrying?" The master replied, "Do not try to stop. Instead, go sit by the river and watch the water." Confused, the monk did as instructed. Days passed, then weeks. One morning he returned and said, "The river flows without trying, sometimes calm, sometimes wild, but it flows on. The teacher smiled. And so does your mind. Let it flow, but do not jump in. This is the first teaching on the Zen way to sleep peacefully. Recognize worry for what it is, thought. Not truth, energy, not identity. You are not your worry. You are the space in which it arises. When you can sit with that space, even for a few moments before bed, something softens. The grip loosens. You realize you don't have to resolve everything tonight. You don't have to win an argument with your thoughts. You can simply let them be, like leaves floating on the surface of a quiet pond. In modern psychology, this awareness aligns with the practice of cognitive diffusion, separating yourself from your thoughts. In Zen, it is the art of non-attachment. The mind may worry, but you don't have to go with it. You don't need to hold every thought so tightly. As Thich Nhat Hanh gently reminded his students, feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor. So tonight, as you prepare for sleep, notice your worries without judgment. Invite them in, then bow to them and let them pass. Return to your breath, to your body, to the quiet truth of this moment. You are safe. You are held. You are allowed to rest. Even if your mind is not finished thinking. Sleep does not require you to fix everything. It only asks you to let go, for now. Tomorrow will come, but tonight, let your practice begin with this, the willingness to be here. Without solving. This is the first step. 2. Breathing into stillness, anchoring the mind before sleep. There is something deeply sacred about the breath, so ordinary that we overlook it, yet so vital that it sustains every moment of our existence. In the Zen tradition, the breath is not merely a physiological function, it is a doorway, a bridge, a gentle anchor that brings us back from the endless wandering of thought. When worry grips the mind before bed, when sleep feels far away and the night stretches out with restless energy, it is the breath that can quietly guide us home. Zen does not ask us to conquer the mind or to shut down our thoughts. Instead, it invites us to shift our attention from the noise of thinking to the simplicity of being. And the breath is where this shift begins. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh often taught, breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. It is a practice so simple that many people dismiss it. But those who stay with it, who allow its rhythm to enter them fully, discover something profound. The body begins to soften. The mind begins to settle. And the need to control fades like mist under the morning sun. Before bed, sit quietly for a few minutes. You don't need to be in perfect posture, just comfortable, relaxed. Allow your hands to rest on your lap or chest. Close your eyes gently, or leave them half open, as Zen practitioners do. Then begin to notice the breath as it is, not as you want it to be. Inhale and know that you are inhaling. Exhale and know that you are exhaling. No analysis, no effort, just presence. You may notice the breath is shallow or uneven at first. That's okay. As awareness deepens, the breath naturally lengthens and becomes more rhythmic. That is the body's wisdom at work, not your willpower. In this space, you are training the mind to return, not to perfection, but to presence. And presence is the only place where rest can arise. Modern neuroscience confirms what Zen has long taught. Deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, lowering cortisol, reducing heart rate, and preparing the body for sleep. One simple method is the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 7. Exhale slowly for 8. But in Zen, even counting isn't necessary. All that's required is sincere awareness, returning to the breath again and again. With kindness. There's a Zen story of a monk who asked his master, "How do I find peace in meditation?" The master replied, "Breathe as if your life depends on it." The monk said, "But it already does." The master nodded, "Then let each breath be your teacher." This is the spirit of Zen breathing, not mechanical, not forced, but reverent. Each inhale carries you deeper into the body. Each exhale releases the tightness of the day. With every breath, you are telling the nervous system, "It is safe now, you may rest." You don't need a silent room, special music, or spiritual insight to begin. You only need a few moments of attention to be with yourself in stillness. If the mind drifts, that's okay. Gently guide it back to the breath, like returning a child's hand to yours. No punishment, no frustration, just presence. And as you continue this nightly ritual, something beautiful begins to happen. You start to associate bedtime not with struggle, but with return, not with anxiety, but with awareness. The breath becomes your refuge, a place you can trust. Even when thoughts spin, even when sleep delays, you are no longer chasing stillness. You are breathing your way into it. So tonight, before you turn off the light, place one hand over your heart and take 3 conscious breaths. Nothing fancy, just real. Let your breath tell your body, it's time to rest. Let your awareness whisper to the mind, you are here now. Let go, let it be. Let yourself fall into the rhythm that has been with you since birth, steady, kind, enough. And perhaps, as sleep begins to unfold, you'll realize you've already arrived. Three, letting go of the day, a gentle Zen ritual to release mental clutter. Each day, whether we notice it or not, we carry 1,000 moments in our minds, conversations left unresolved, tasks half completed, worries about tomorrow, regrets from earlier. When night falls and we finally stop moving, these moments often rise to the surface. They replay, they repeat, they refuse to fade quietly. And so we lie awake, not because our bodies are not tired, but because our minds have not yet put the day down. In the Zen tradition, this is where the gentle art of letting go begins. Zen doesn't teach us to reject our thoughts or suppress our experiences. It teaches us to hold them lightly, and when the time comes, to set them down. As Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh beautifully wrote, "When you love someone, the best thing you can offer is your presence. But you cannot offer presence if you are not free from your past, free from your future." Letting go of the day is not about erasing memory. It's about releasing the grip of unfinished narratives so that we can be fully here, even if here is simply lying in bed. Preparing for sleep. One simple practice before bed is a brief Zen reflection, a quiet ritual of acknowledgement and release. Sit or lie down comfortably. Close your eyes and silently recall your day, as if watching scenes in a slow, gentle movie. No need to judge, fix, or analyze. Just observe, and as each scene arises, a meeting, a mistake, a joyful moment, a worry, you say inwardly, "This has happened. I acknowledge it. I let it go." With each breath, let another moment go. With each exhale, feel the day falling behind you like leaves from a tree. No drama, no urgency, just soft release. This practice can be supported with a small journal. Before bed, write down 3 things you wish to release from the day, not to solve them, but to name them and let them rest outside your mind. Then write 1 thing you're grateful for, to close the day with a touch of compassion. As Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh taught, the moment you recognize what you are grateful for, you are no longer a victim of your thoughts. You are present. Letting go also means releasing the subtle inner voices, the ones that say you didn't do enough, didn't say it right, didn't handle it well. In Zen, there is no expectation of perfection. The practice is not about getting it all right, but about returning to presence again and again. Sleep, in this way, becomes not an escape from life, but a deep act of trust. Trust that the day is done, that you did what you could, that what is unresolved can wait. There is a story in Zen about a monk who carried a heavy bag on his back. Each evening, he placed the bag down beside him and said, "Not mine, not now." That simple phrase became his ritual, a reminder that his mind, like the bag, did not need to carry everything through the night. Perhaps tonight, as you lay down, you might try the same. Whisper softly to yourself, "Not mine, not now." This gentle ritual, practiced consistently, changes the way we relate to our minds. It loosens the grip of worry. It reminds us that we can end the day with kindness, not by solving, but by releasing, by treating the mind not as a problem to fix, but as a guest to soothe. So tonight, before you close your eyes, take a few moments to let the day go. Breathe in the acknowledgement of all that's past. Breathe out the release. Place your hand on your heart and speak quietly. "I did what I could. I release what I must. I rest now." That is enough. And in that letting go, you may discover that rest was never far away. It was simply waiting for you to arrive, empty-handed, open-hearted, ready. 4. Creating a Zen sleep environment, outer stillness, inner calm. The space where you sleep is more than just a room. It is a reflection of your state of mind, a mirror of what you carry, consciously or not. In the Zen tradition, the outer environment and the inner world are not separate. They move together, influence one another. Breathe in rhythm. If your surroundings are chaotic, cluttered, overstimulating, your mind often follows. But when your environment is simple, quiet, and intentional, your body feels safe, your breath slows, and your thoughts begin to soften. This is the power of the Zen approach to space. It prepares not just the body, but the soul, for deep and peaceful sleep. Zen aesthetics are rooted in the principles of minimalism, harmony, and impermanence. Rooms are often sparse, but never empty. They are quiet, but not lifeless. There is beauty in simplicity, and meaning in every small object. As Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "When you clean your home, you are also cleaning your mind. When you arrange your space with care, your awareness is strengthened. The space becomes a silent teacher, guiding you back to presence." clarity, and peace. To create a Zen sleep environment, begin with reduction, not addition. Ask yourself, what in this room speaks of rest, and what speaks of distraction? Remove excess. A bedside table cluttered with unread books, charging cords, unfinished lists. These are not neutral objects. They carry energy, subtle reminders of what you have not done, what you should do, what your mind must continue to hold. Let them go, gently. Keep only what is essential: a soft lamp, a journal, perhaps a small object of meaning, a stone, a flower, a statue of the Buddha, not as decoration, but as a quiet anchor of stillness. Lighting plays a quiet but powerful role. Replace harsh, white light with warm, soft tones. Dim the room gradually in the hour before bed, signaling to your nervous system that the day is coming to a close. If possible, avoid screens, not just because of the blue light, but because of the mental stimulation. The Zen way is not to eliminate technology, but to use it mindfully. A screen that plays soft rain or bamboo flute music is very different from a screen that scrolls endlessly through news and noise. Consider sound as part of your space. In many Zen temples, the gentle ringing of a bell, the sound of wind chimes, or the hum of flowing water creates a natural sense of rhythm and presence. At home, this might be a simple soundscape: forest sounds, distant thunder, a soft chant, not as distraction, but as background stillness. Let it support the slowing down of your breath, the softening of your thoughts. Textures matter too: soft bedding, clean sheets, a tidy floor. These are not luxuries. They are signals of care. When your body senses that it is supported, held, and safe, it begins to release tension naturally. This is not about having the most beautiful space, but about having a conscious space, one that welcomes you not with stimulation, but with surrender. Some Zen practitioners light a candle before sleep. Just for a moment, they sit quietly, breathing, watching the flame flicker. Then they extinguish it, whispering a gatha, a mindfulness verse, like this one from Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. Night envelops everything in quiet. I vow to let go of all attachments. In stillness, I return to myself. Creating a Zen sleep environment is not about perfection. It's about intentionality. It's about allowing the space around you to reflect the peace you wish to feel within. Even small changes can have a profound effect. A clear floor, a quiet lamp, a breath before bed. These become rituals of return to yourself, to stillness, to rest. So tonight, look at your room not as a container for your sleep, but as a partner in your practice. What can be softened? What can be simplified? What can be released? Let your space become a sanctuary, not of silence alone, but of presence. And when you enter it, let your body exhale, your mind bow, your spirit prepare. You are entering not just your bedroom, but your temple of rest. 5. Evening Zen reflection, cultivating gratitude and gentle awareness. As the day draws to a close and the world around you quiets, there is a subtle shift in energy. The body slows down, the senses soften, and the mind, if not overwhelmed by restlessness, begins to open to something more spacious. In Zen, this twilight hour is not only a time for physical rest but an invitation to reflect with presence and clarity. One of the most powerful ways to prepare the mind for deep and peaceful sleep is through a gentle practice of evening reflection. Rooted in gratitude and awareness, Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh often taught that every breath we take, every step we make, can be filled with peace, joy, and serenity if we live in awareness. This awareness does not demand intensity or effort, it asks only for sincerity. And in the quiet of evening, when distractions fall away, we are offered a chance to look inward, not to judge or analyze, but to see clearly and to receive the day as it was. Begin your evening Zen reflection not with the intellect, but with the breath. Sit on your bed or by a soft light. Take a few deep inhales and exhales, and simply arrive in your body. Let the day settle around you like dust falling slowly to the earth. Then, gently ask yourself, what moments touched me today? What am I grateful for? You don't need grand answers. Sometimes, it's as simple as sunlight on your face, a kind word from a colleague, or the quiet resilience you showed in facing something difficult. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. This small act, practiced regularly, begins to retrain the mind. Instead of looping through what went wrong or what remains unfinished, you guide your awareness toward what nourishes and sustains you. Neuroscientists have confirmed what Zen masters have known for centuries. Gratitude shifts the chemistry of the brain. It softens fear, reduces cortisol, and opens pathways for deep relaxation and trust. It does not erase worry, but it creates space beside it, and in that space, peace can grow. After noting your gratitude, you might continue your reflection by acknowledging the parts of the day that were hard. This is not confession or self-criticism. It's presence. You can whisper inwardly, "Yes, that was difficult. I felt overwhelmed. I reacted with impatience. I am still learning." This gentle honesty, without shame, creates emotional spaciousness. Zen is not about denying the truth of suffering, it's about not being defined by it. Some practitioners choose to close the day with a gatha, a short mindfulness verse that helps transition the heart into rest. One such verse, adapted from Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh's teachings, is, "The day is done. I let it go. What I did was enough. I let it be so. With gratitude, I rest my head. With peace in my heart, I go to bed." Reciting this aloud, or even silently in your heart, becomes more than ritual, it becomes rhythm. A cadence of returning not to perfection, but to presence, and from presence, deep rest naturally arises. This practice may take just 5 or 10 minutes, but its effect continues through the night. The mind, no longer burdened with unprocessed emotion or unacknowledged grace, begins to release its grip. The body follows. Sleep becomes not an escape, but a return to stillness, to softness, to the gentle truth that today is complete, and tomorrow will take care of itself. So tonight, before you lay your head down, pause, reflect with kindness. Remember what was good, acknowledge what was hard, and trust that, for now, you've done enough. You are enough. Let that truth settle in your chest like a warm light. Let your heart rest in it. And as your eyes begin to close, know that you're not falling asleep alone. You're resting in the quiet company of awareness, carried gently by gratitude, held by the stillness you've invited in. 6. The Zen Body Scan, returning home to the body before sleep. As night settles in and the outer world grows quiet, the invitation to turn inward becomes clearer. Yet for many, the mind remains restless, chasing thoughts, clinging to unfinished stories, resisting sleep's natural arrival. In Zen, there is no command to stop thinking or to force the mind into stillness. Instead, the practice returns us gently, again and again, to the body, the one place where life is always happening, where peace is always possible. Through the Zen-inspired body scan, we find our way back not by fighting the mind, but by remembering the body. The body scan, though often taught in secular mindfulness practices today, is deeply resonant with Zen's emphasis on embodied awareness. The practice invites you to bring gentle attention to each part of the body, without judgment, without effort, simply noticing, breathing, softening. Jon Kabat-Zinn, founder of mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, described this practice as a radical act of love, not because we are changing anything, but because we are finally listening to the body that carries us. Before sleep, lie down on your back, arms resting by your sides or gently over your heart. Allow your eyes to close, and take a few deep breaths, not to control the breath, but to arrive. Let your attention begin at the top of your head. Feel the space around your forehead and temples. Is there tension there? Tightness? Heat? Coolness? No need to fix, just notice. And with your next exhale, allow whatever is there to soften, even just a little. Then move your awareness slowly downward, the eyes, the jaw, the neck and shoulders. These areas often hold the weight of our days, the unspoken words, the heavy glances, the pressure to hold everything together. With each breath, offer your body this message: you can rest now. You've done enough. Continue downward, arms, chest, stomach, hips, legs, pausing with presence in each region. As Zen master Shunryu Suzuki said, the most important thing is to find out what is the most important thing, and to let everything else go. In the body scan, this means giving full attention to one moment, one place, one breath at a time, and letting the rest be. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, a renowned trauma researcher, wrote in his seminal book The Body Keeps the Score, once you start approaching your body with curiosity rather than fear, everything shifts. This is what the body scan offers, a shift from control to curiosity, from tension to trust. In this state of relaxed awareness, the nervous system transitions naturally from sympathetic, fight or flight, to parasympathetic, rest and digest, creating the biological conditions for deep, uninterrupted sleep. You may find that emotions arise during the scan: sadness in the chest, anxiety in the stomach, or even joy in the hands. This, too, is part of the practice. Zen teaches us to meet whatever arises with compassion. You are not trying to get rid of anything. You are welcoming everything home. As you reach the soles of your feet, let your awareness rest there for a few moments. Feel the weight of your body sinking into the bed. Feel gravity holding you. Feel the earth supporting you. You are here. You are safe. You can let go. This simple practice, 10 to 20 minutes, done consistently, can become a sacred ritual before bed. It does not demand spiritual knowledge or advanced technique. It only asks that you be willing to return to what is already yours: your breath. your body, your presence. Over time, the body scan not only prepares you for restful sleep but deepens your relationship with your physical self. You no longer see the body as a vehicle for stress, but as a temple of stillness, one that speaks. When you are quiet enough to listen. And perhaps the greatest gift of this practice is this: in coming back to the body, you come back to life, not the stories in your mind, but the truth beneath them. That you are alive, that you are tired, that you deserve to rest. So tonight, lie down not just as someone who wants to sleep, but as someone returning home. Let your body be your guide. Let your breath be your companion. Let your awareness soften every part of you that worked so hard today. Nothing more is needed. This moment is enough. You are enough. 7. Trusting the moment, surrendering into sleep. The Zen way. There is a moment each night, just before sleep arrives, when we are asked to let go. Let go of effort. Let go of control. Let go of needing to know what comes next. In Zen, this moment is not a passive surrender, but a sacred one. It is the letting go that allows rest to enter. Just as a leaf falls without resistance, so too can we learn to release the mind's grip and return to the simple trust of being. Sleep cannot be forced. Like meditation, like peace, it arises when we stop chasing it. The Zen way is to soften into presence, to trust that the body knows how to rest. That life continues even when we are no longer holding it up. As Zen master Dainin Katagira once said, you have to say something, but whatever you say is not it, so you have to keep going. In the context of sleep, this means we release the narrative. We stop explaining. We stop rehearsing. We simply allow. Tonight, trust the moment. Let your breath slow. Let your thoughts pass like clouds. Let your body be enough. Exactly as it is. There is nothing else you need to do. Rest is not a reward. It is your right. Return to it, gently. If this message helped bring even a little more stillness into your night, we invite you to subscribe to Buddhism in You, a space where timeless Zen wisdom meets everyday life. Let this be your companion on the path to deeper awareness, emotional clarity, and true inner peace. See you tomorrow night, here,